It's just a conversation.
Look, tell me like you're the head coach. Tell me we're in a meeting. Tell me I'm your assistant coach.
That's what I'm saying. We should have. No,
tell me exactly how you would present it to me.
Well, the way that I would present it is, I don't even know if I would. It's gonna be a good test for us in a lot of different ways, and I fear. Well, I don't think that we will, but I don't want us to be looking ahead to potentially playing Mexico in the final. It seems like this team has been pretty good at focusing.
Oh, we can't look ahead.
Well,
no.
but I think there's a conversation to be had. Okay, the players can't look ahead, obviously.
Oh,
the coaching staff. But the coaching staff. Well, the coaching staff.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're starting to make decisions on your own starting 11 based on, like let's use Malik Tillman. That guy got kicked in probably every area of his body against Costa Rica. Is it worth? Hear me out, everybody. Hear me out. Is it worth potentially? I think you got to. If you start,
this is slippery slope right here.
I know it's a slippery slope.
Go ahead. I'm waiting for this. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, would you consider not starting a Malik Tillman? We're just playing. We got to play this hypothetical game a little bit, but knowing that you could have him sharp for the final. I mean, and he's not alone. There could be other players that could use some rest. Tim Ream's not getting any younger, right? Could you bring a McKenzie in potentially, who got a crack at it before, or another one of the center backs? Is that something that you would? I mean, the coaching staff would be, I think, naive not to at least give that some consideration, right, Tones?
How do you spell no? The answer, no. You shouldn't consider it. Or can we hashtag it and capitalize it? It might, yeah. I don't think you can. What I do think you can do is if you're up 2 or 3 goals, then maybe you yank them.
Well, that goes without saying. Yeah,
maybe. But easy. No, I don't, because then you're doing just what we said you couldn't do. Right, you're looking ahead to the finals, and I don't know that this team is good enough to look ahead to the finals.
That's
and fair. And then I would couple this with the fact that with that, we're saying we're kind of agreeing that this team isn't good enough to look ahead to the finals. Nor do I think any team is. By the way, did you see Man City lose last night? Like incredible. Yeah. Then you're now taking one of the 2 players that have been your 2 brightest spots, right? And for me, Chris Richards and Tillman have been the 2 brightest spots. Who's that? Ted says, "No, Jimmy, stop." He said, "Oh, you're getting a lot of no's."
Throwing it out there.
You're getting a lot of no's, Jimmy.
I don't think that's what I would do. I'm just saying
I know.
We should have that conversation. I just want to make that very clear. I'm just saying we should have the conversation.
Yeah, no. I get it. I get it. And then you're taking arguably your best player off the field that got you to this point.
Right. So let me say it like this. I've now turned this podcast in this moment right now to me and Tones are the coaches, and we're asking our whole coaching staff, which is the chat. And now I'm getting yelled at in the chat with all caps. It's just a conversation.
Look, tell me like you're the head coach. Tell me we're in a meeting. Tell me I'm your assistant coach.
That's what I'm saying. We should have.
Tell me exactly how you would present it to me.
Well, the way that I would present it is, I don't even know if I would, because the guy's been like, if we're using Malik Tillman, he's been such a catalyst for us. So obviously, what you'd have to take into consideration is you'd have to talk to your therapist, or your PTs, and your that side of it, right? To understand where he's at, how much. Nobody's at 100% at this point in the tournament. So where is he at? There, I would start there, understand what I'm working with. And I would try to get that evaluation for everybody.
I'm writing my answer down for you here.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm just taking that into consideration. But then obviously you go talk to the player. How are you feeling? And you have understand where they're feeling emotionally and physically. And he's obviously going to want to go, and we want him to go. So you just try to get all the information that you can, and then you sit down and go, okay, what's the best move for us moving forward? I'm specifying only on Malik Tillman right now.
Can I show you my answer?
Well, I already know what your answer is going to be. Big NO. Red dot. Listen. I just this is a conversation that I think you should have. Like, it's a healthy conversation to play both sides, right? You got to be as well rounded as possible. I'm not suggesting that you should do it. I'm just saying you should have the not to leave them out, but I think you should have a conversation about managing your team and where they are. And yes, I agree with you that ultimately we got to get to the final no matter what. We're playing our best players. and that's it. I don't care how tired they are.
Well, I really think that I really think the thing is to get the job done early if you can. Although we know these games, like to think you're going to be up 2 or 3-0 is probably unrealistic.
And
but
we haven't managed games well anyway, Tony.
Yeah. I just think it's a hard discussion. At the end of the games, I think it's an easy discussion, right? Where you've got a little bit of leeway, you got a couple goal lead, and then I think that's where you manage, not on the front end. And that's probably what I would say. Hey, coach, I'd say Tillman's been our best player here. Yeah, he got banged up, but what tournament are you going to go in and play 4 games and not think you're going to have guys banged up? Like, this is the time. Like, the other part I would go, and Jimmy, we came into this tournament with question marks about Malik Tillman. If he's hurting a little bit, let's see if he can fight through this, right? This is our time to see if Tillman can fight through this. That's probably how I would approach your question in a serious manner. Like, okay, this is a time for him to kind of step up here and fight through whatever it is. So his ankle's banged up. I don't know if his ankle's banged up. I'm making this up. But let's see if he's okay to play in this one. That's how I probably would answer you.
Yeah. The guy got the shit kicked out of him. He got kneed in the head. These are just a normal
But
thing.
I like it, man. He kept getting up, man. He did. Up. Yeah.
And I like too that he missed the penalty and he just keeps playing, right? And I think that's a leadership quality. You don't always have to say something, right? It's more about body language. All right, that's disappointing. I'm still going to find my way into the game and make a difference. He ended up having an assist to Arston right after halftime. So yes, ultimately, I'm not going to not have Malik Tillman in it. So I triggered everybody in the chat. So fair play to me. One. The score line is me 1, the chat 0 right now.
By the way, if I could have written 3 red dots like quicker, I would have had 3 just for the record. I didn't have enough time.
I mean, the changes that we discussed were probably in the recap show with maybe somebody in for Luca de la Torre and then Tolkien over Arston are probably the changes we're going to end up seeing. Or potentially going to end up seeing, but I do think there was a conversation as to you have to manage the guys that maybe aren't at 100%, and even though those guys at 80 could still be better than what your options are elsewhere. So it's worth having the conversation, and I love everybody getting fired up. And that just means you care. We all care about the team, and we want them to do well. Look at you getting to the end of the video. All right, very proud of you. Now, if you want more average to good content, this is your channel. Go look at other videos, playlists. We have it all figured out. For more of the good stuff, then you got to make sure you hit like on this video, hit subscribe so you don't miss anything, and then turn on your notifications so you know when we're going live or if anything drops right when it comes out. We'd really appreciate it. See you next time.